News Talk on Samar News, your go-to podcast for the latest headlines and in-depth discussions. Join us as we unravel the stories that matter most, bringing you insightful commentary and expert analysis. Tune in for thought-provoking conversations that spark dialogue and inspire action. Stay connected with the news that shapes our world, only on News Talk on Samar News.
All right, so you know how in sports, like sometimes you think you've got things figured out and then bam, something totally crazy happens.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's kind of where we are right now with tennis. Everyone's still buzzing about this upset at the Miami Open. Really just came out of nowhere. We're going to dive deep into this amazing performance by Filipina tennis player Alex Eala at this year's Miami Open.
Sounds good.
We've got this news article from March 27th. It really digs into just how huge this run has been.
Okay.
So for this deep dive, we really want to get into like what Eala pulled off, why it's such a big deal, and what it could mean for her going forward, and even for tennis in the Philippines as a whole.
Yeah, I'm really curious about their angle, too.
Me too.
Like, you know what's interesting right off the bat is the surprise factor?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're talking about someone who's only 19, ranked 140th in the world.
Right.
She's obviously got big goals, wants to win those Grand Slams, get to that #1 spot.
Yeah, she's said that much.
Exactly, but she's still pretty early in her pro career, you know? The article mentions her 5 ITF titles since 2020, which shows she's been improving steadily.
Right.
But this Miami Open thing, it just feels like a whole other level, like she's suddenly playing on a much bigger stage.
It's like a total shift in momentum, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the context is important here, too.
Absolutely.
She wasn't even seeded, came in as a wild card, ended up in the Elite Eight, which, for those who might not know, that's the quarterfinals.
Right.
We've got the top 8 players left.
The best of the best?
Exactly. And it was packed with these huge names players who won it all.
Yeah, and then you have Eala coming in and doing what almost nobody saw coming.
Seriously. So that quarterfinal win against Iga Swiatek, who was ranked #2 in the world at the time.
Yeah, that was the big shocker.
She won in straight sets, 6-2, 7-5.
Wow.
This was on Thursday, Manila time. And it wasn't just like a small upset. This sent shockwaves through the whole tournament.
I bet it did.
I can't even imagine what that moment must have been like for her.
Must have been surreal.
The article quotes her as saying she was just overwhelmed with joy, hadn't even had time to really take it all in.
I can only imagine.
And the immediate impact on her ranking is insane.
Yeah, tell me about it.
She's projected to jump up like 60 spots.
That's huge.
It's a massive leap in pro tennis, you know, with all the competition.
Yeah, it really goes to show how the ranking system works in tennis, you know? Those big wins against top players, they give you a ton of ranking points.
All right.
That's why you can see these huge jumps after just one tournament, especially for someone ranked outside the top 100 like Eala was.
Makes sense.
But even beyond the numbers, what's impressive is her mental toughness.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
She even says herself that she doesn't have that much experience on the WTA tour.
Right.
But she's able to, like, block everything out and just be super professional once she's on that court.
It's amazing.
That kind of focus at her age, going up against the best players, it's really something special.
It really is.
Yeah.
And her win over Swiatek wasn't a fluke either.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Remember, she came in as a wild card, had this tough road to get there, and she didn't just squeak by lower-ranked opponents or anything.
Well,
she took down 3 Grand Slam champions.
Wow.
Jelena Ostapenko, Madison Keys, and then Swiatek. That's a serious lineup to beat in one tournament.
No kidding. So how'd she do it? Like, what was working for her?
Well, the article describes her game against Swiatek as, like, aggressive and powerful.
I like it.
Talks about how she just wouldn't let up, how confident she was. And that really threw Swiatek off her game.
Swiatek's usually the one in control. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. She likes to dictate the points with her big forehand.
Right. Those top spin shots are killer.
But it sounds like Eala matched that intensity. Yeah. Maybe even took it up a notch. Forced Swiatek to play more defensively than she's used to.
Interesting.
That disruption to Swiatek's rhythm, that it seems to have been key.
That makes sense.
So it's not like she was just waiting for her chance. She was making things happen.
Yeah, seizing the moment.
And after that incredible win, she had to face Jessica Pegula in the semis.
Oh, wow. Another tough one.
Pegula was ranked #4, and the article mentions how Eala was ready for the challenge.
That's great.
To have that kind of attitude after such a huge win, that says a lot about her focus.
It really does. And, you know, her reaction right after beating Swiatek, that was interesting, too.
Oh, yeah? How so?
It wasn't like this big celebration or anything.
Huh.
The article says she was just totally absorbed in the moment, staring at the screen, wanting to, like, hold on to that feeling.
Wow.
It's like she understood just how big that win was and wanted to really learn from it, you know?
Yeah, it's like she realized she'd tapped into this whole new level of her game, and I didn't want to let go of that.
Exactly. And she even said it herself.
What did she say?
She said she felt she had what it took to beat Swiatek right from the start. But she also mentioned how much she admires Swiatek.
That's nice.
So you can see the confidence there, but also the respect.
Totally. So let's zoom out a bit and think bigger picture here.
Okay, yeah.
The article talks about how Eala's success could impact tennis in the Philippines.
Which is interesting because it's not really a tennis-crazy country, right?
Yeah, basketball and volleyball are way more popular there.
Right, exactly.
So this could be a huge moment for tennis in the Philippines.
I could see that.
And Eala has said she wants to, inspire change, get more people playing and watching tennis, especially women's tennis.
I love that.
The article mentions how she believes there's so much untapped talent in the Philippines.
Oh, I bet.
And if there was more support, more people paying attention.
This kind of success could really open doors for a new generation of Filipino players.
For sure. It's not just about what she accomplishes on her own.
Right.
She's thinking about the bigger impact and the legacy she can leave behind.
Which is admirable.
And her long-term goals are still the same. Those Grand Slams become the #1 player in the world.
And this Miami Open run, the article, makes it sound like this could be that moment she's been working towards.
It does feel like everything's kind of coming together for her.
Yeah, it makes you wonder how often these surprise breakthroughs really change a player's career.
That's a good question.
The article points out that doing well as a junior doesn't guarantee success as a pro.
Right. There's a big difference.
But a performance like this against the best in the world, it can give you so much confidence.
Yeah, it's like proof that you belong there.
Exactly. It can push you to a whole new level.
It feels like all the hard work she's put in, all that dedication, has led to this amazing result.
Yeah, you can see it all paying off.
And the way the article ends, it really emphasizes her fearlessness.
Yeah.
Her determination.
It definitely leaves you thinking that this isn't just a one-time thing.
Totally. It feels like the start of something really special.
Agreed.
And she might actually be part of the future at the very top of women's tennis.
Yeah, her performance at the Miami Open, it's been a huge story in the tournament itself.
But it's also given us this glimpse into what the future of the sport could look like.
For sure.
Especially with this talented player coming from a country that hasn't really been known for producing tennis stars.
It's exciting.
So for you listening, the key takeaways from our deep dive into Alex Eala's performance are pretty clear.
Let's recap.
We've got a player ranked outside the top 100, coming in as a wild card.
Right.
She not only competed with, but beat the #2 player in the world in a huge upset.
And it wasn't even close.
No, it wasn't. And her run through the tournament with wins over multiple Grand Slam champs, that really shows you how big this is.
It does.
And beyond her own success, this could have a massive impact on tennis in the Philippines.
Absolutely.
Could inspire a whole new wave of players and fans.
Totally. And this brings up a really interesting question that I want you to think about.
I like it.
What does Alex Eala's incredible breakthrough tell us about how global tennis is changing? Are we seeing a shift away from the traditional powerhouses of the sport?
You mean like the countries that have always dominated?
Exactly.
Oh.
Are we seeing more talent coming from different parts of the world? Think about all the things that could be contributing to this, like access to good coaching resources, infrastructure development, even the support systems within countries.
Right.
All those things could be playing a role in these exciting changes and making tennis more global.
It's something to keep an eye on.
News Talk on Samar News, your go-to podcast for the latest headlines and in-depth discussions. Join us as we unravel the stories that matter most, bringing you insightful commentary and expert analysis. Tune in for thought-provoking conversations that spark dialogue and inspire action. Stay connected with the news that shapes our world, only on News Talk on Samar News.